Hello everyone and welcome back to the Minecraft 1.20 Let's Play. In the last video we built this lovely boat and started a little bit of a bee house, which isn't quite visible from here, but that's what I want to finish today because currently it's just a bee house and nothing else for supplies around there. It's kind of just a bunch of bees in a bottle, and that's not super great, so we're gonna fix that. But I also thought that this ship needed something, and for this something we will need one minecart using our precious iron, one rail from the stuff that we have from the mineshaft, and now we're just going to go ahead and run out towards... Actually, you know what, I've forgotten something already. And I think I'm going to change my plan anyways. I was going to use something else, but I think I'm just going to bring my raft and see if that works out. Anyways, now we can head over to this mountain here, where I think that I've seen some llamas. What the heck is this bee doing over here? Did you see that? He just like bombed into the water. That's not cool. That's not how you do it, buddy. If it was nighttime, I would take him, but honestly, I've kind of had enough messing around with wild bees. Because even though all of their body is basically just their head, they do not have the brains for it. Now, I'm not insulting you. I'm just saying. Your friend, though, was the one who did that dumb thing, so I guess I should really blame him. But there it is. Excellent. One of you is going to be taken very voluntarily. I forgot that that's not how you'd be doing that. Right, what about your friend here? Hello, sir. Walk into my trap. You walked over it. That's yes. Haha, okay. Look at us. This is the crew. Oh no. We're sailing into trees and I didn't want that. There we go. That's much better. Look at us. Is he looking towards his friend? Because that's kind of sad. You're gonna have a lovely new home. I have a job for you. It's not paid, but it's more of like an internship. Except you're in charge of a whole freaking boat, but it's okay. And I always forget that this river is actually a dead end, so this might be a problem. Yeah, okay, this was very poorly planned. I'm gonna be back for you in the morning there, buddy. Let us all hope that this guy survives the night. Although actually I haven't known the zombies in this world to be llama eating, so I'm sure he'll be okay. Probably. And I actually didn't check, but my plan was to see if they would follow me with a hay bale, which I really have no knowledge about, because I don't really do anything with llamas that often, but I didn't think to check if I actually had any leads. And we do, okay, so that was an oversight on my part. Alright, now I just actually need to figure out where I abandoned this guy. I'm hoping he's not lost and he, like, the woods took him or anything. Hello? There you are. I'm gonna do this very, very carefully and methodically. You know, I just realized I have had F1 on this whole time, and that's because I can't currently see my hotbar. Oops. You got some very cinematic shots there, I guess. Hello, sir, I just need you to... Oh, wait, that's it. Not it. About that. What am I holding? Oh, crap. Yeah, if you couldn't tell, my computer screen is, like, real broken. Okay, but, like, I took it, though, right? I have no idea. I'm pretty sure that OBS still records like this, which is why I'm rolling with it and kind of running my computer into the ground a little bit, but now I don't know where my freaking lead is. It's like an episode of Dora the Explorer. Could you guys tell me where it is if it's here? Because otherwise I might have to go back. Alright, here, you stay. Just for a minute. I'm leaving again, but I probably will come back. Oh yeah, I put it back. How did that happen? Alright, cool. This is gonna be a day. Okay, now I've got it. This was meant to be a quick thing, just a quick little thing that I could just add in for a nice little touch, for a nice fun thing for the boat, but here we are. I do have to give this llama credit. He did kind of walk in the direction that I wanted him to, so that's nice. Alright, Mr. Llama, you shall come with me now. So I collect my unbreakable raft. We're just going up over this hill, please. And then I will lead you all the way back down to the water where we can go in and you will see your forever home. It's not very spacious, but I'm sorry about that. However, you do have a little room, you know? I'm sure he'll like it. It's fine. Alright, buddy, just come onto the boat. Here you go. See, I'm bringing you to something, imagine this, but much bigger. It's excellent. Alright, sir, we are here. Almost. Actually, we gotta turn around a little bit. But now you can come all the way in here, my good dude. Oops, this door might actually be a problem for you. Alright, minor deconstruction here. How did I get redstone dust? Hello? Alright, I'm gonna assume that's fine. Alright, here you go. Come on in, sir. Just gonna close that. That is not where I wanted you to be. You know what? I mean, go for it, but that's a strange desk. Alright, actually, I don't know if you're gonna be able to fit here. That might be a problem. I mean, how much do I really need all this storage? Honestly, kind of a lot. Tell you what, my guy, how about you stay here instead? However, I think that's gonna be facing this way. Then I'm just gonna push you in here. Ish. Never mind, I can't push you in. But, I was close. Oh no. Didn't think about that, sir. Get back on the track. He's a madman. Alright, so that worked out. Kind of. He's not exactly sitting at the, like, desk part, but I kind of want to leave the desk in that place, so it should be okay. And I actually want to get one more thing. Actually, you know what? 2 more things. I forgot that I want to have a carpet on this guy. Just make him a little fancy, give him some nice clothes. I think both gray and white wool are kind of strange, so I thought I had orange carpet, but I think I actually used that up. But I actually don't remember what gray wool is, so I'm gonna just try that. See what happens. Oh yeah, wait, do you have to tame llamas? You might have to tame them. Yes, okay. Rude, he doesn't like me. I've only trapped him in a small, confined space for the rest of his life. Sir, I simply do not know why this relationship isn't working out. Ow, ow. Almost died, it's okay. If you could try and not kill me, that would be great. Oh yeah, he looks like a little bandit, look at that. Yeah, you know what, sure, this is the vibe. Alright, but I can't actually push you, or I can't actually walk you anywhere, so I'm gonna just do this again. Maybe? Never mind. Haha. Gotcha again. Here you go. I feel a slight deja vu about this. But he's in now, so that's good. And I kind of want to decorate his little desk area because he is kind of the boss here, and I want to make it look like he is doing stuff to make it realistic, you know, since he's a llama doing things like paperwork. And the way we do that is just make a pressure plate here. Perfect. It's just like paper. Oops. Actually, maybe we want that over here. And we can just kind of make this little desk setup for him. But I'm going to take a quick boat nap, and in the morning, we can start on our bee house because, like I said, it is kind of incomplete. However, I also want to go and breed the bees before we start doing anything else because I kind of want to get a good population in there. I don't know exactly how many there are, but I don't think it's enough for what we need, although there aren't any out here at the moment. However, I will take their honeycomb while they are absent. And it looks like they don't want to come outside, so I'm just gonna go ahead and start building the rest of this area here. And we have a lot of the stuff that we need for this build, however we do need to run and grab some deep slate, along with probably a lot of our copper, and then I guess stop at the boat again, which is inefficient because I keep running back there, but we're gonna need some cherry wood and some oak wood and some warped wood for this build. Alright, hello, I am back, and what did I say? Oak, cherry wood, and actually some birch wood, which I didn't say, but I do need. Oh, and warped wood, yeah. And here, we have plenty of it, because I kind of went on a little bit of a spree collecting all of that. Oh, and actually, I forgot my copper every time. And actually, I also need bamboo. You know what? I think I might have had some in that shulker box, but I don't know. So I'm going to take half of the stack of that, just in case. Alright, I'm keeping all of my copper out here by this chest so I can keep it all in one place, and we're basically just gonna need a lot of the just first stage copper and cut copper because I'm not made of copper, so we need to go in our stone cutter here and just turn a whole bunch of it into slabs, which will get us half a stack, which is decent, so that'll probably keep us going for a little while. And then the last thing here is gonna be some mud, so I need to get some water bottles from our chest in here. And we have 4, so that's good, and I don't know what the best place to really do this is, and I guess probably in the swamp, just because there's a lot of water and dirt there. However, no mud in this particular swamp. Although I suppose the mangrove swamp isn't that far away. We could totally go over there and destroy some stuff, but I kind of don't want to. Oh, wait a minute, it can't be grass blocks then, huh? I totally forgot about that. It makes sense though. Oh boy, I forgot how quick that shovel was. I mean, efficient, but kind of speedy. But that should be enough mud, hopefully, and of course it's gonna be packed mud, and make that into mud brick, and make that into mud brick walls, so for that we need some wheat, which I have some stored up in here, in our lovely barn. So we can just make that and then head over to our stone cutter. Actually, I don't know if I do need to do that. I think that's just the same in a crafting table for what we need. Oh yeah, we're good. Okay, so that's done. And now we're all the way back here. I made a lovely circle. And I haven't actually tested this out, but I don't know if this is gonna fit on this landscape. It might be kind of weird because it is a block down, which I didn't plan for. So that's not great, but I'm gonna take away a little bit of this land, I think. And I actually forgot there's a dangerous cave in the ground that has swallowed several people. Just kidding, it hasn't, but it could have. It very well could have. It's kind of scary. And I did mark it off. I didn't like completely cover it up just so that I could explore it later, but I think I'm actually all set. Oops, I broke some of my little petals. There you go, it's just like nothing ever happened, and hopefully that should be good for the landscape, but I need to go to bed first before I can build this. And for this build, I want to have a front room for the main entrance for this thing, and then I want to have two kind of towers on the sides. They're going to be pretty short, but they're still tower-ish. And I'll just like kind of line this out with our cobble deep slate because that is the very first block that is on the foundation. And also I'm going to line out a little bit of a back room here with its own like taller tower for the background type thing. And this is just to have two rooms on either side that are kind of places to store things, because I'm thinking this is going to be kind of a big place to store a lot of like flowers and honey and all of that kind of stuff. But for the actual walls of this, I want to have the beams made out of spruce and then eventually going up into oak, but there's also going to be some oak for the kind of main part of the walls, filling it in here. And then we have some mud bricks going up into some spruce logs on all of the corners here, and on top of that is some more oak logs and some stripped oak logs in some places. But then I want to include some birch in here because I want to like lighten it up a little bit as we go towards the top. So there's going to be some birch and then some cherry logs facing outwards so that it's mainly the inside pink color that you'll see from the outside, keeping our birch in the middle of all of these. And then moving back up even further, I think I want to have more of some blues to kind of keep a whole mix of colors in here because I want to have a lot of different flowers around the area, and I think that's going to help kind of tie it together, I hope. So we'll add that on all of the buildings here, and the towers are going to have the same roof as our first main building here, starting with the copper as the roof trim and then going into birch with the cherry wood as like a lighter color for the gradient. It's kind of like a mini gradient, but not really a gradient, but anyways, that'll finish off those two towers. And then the back one is kind of the same color scheme, starting with our spruce and our deep slate and then our oak, going back up into a little bit more oak for like a cross beam, and then our cherry wood and our birch planks, and then some copper, just like the other one where it's still kind of blue, but kind of like leading up into like the intense blues of the towers. And then on top of that is our roof here with our completely orange copper moving into our birch and cherry again, keeping a very light roof. And then the last tower here is going to be the same thing again, oak and then spruce and then cherry and then birch, leading up into our blues with our worked wood and oxidized copper, and then going into our roof, which this tower is taller as you noticed, so the roof is going to be more pointy, but we do start it off with the same waxed copper with the acacia and then the birch going up a little bit taller and then coming all the way up into a point here at the very top, which I don't have any walls for at the moment, but we'll stick with a couple blocks of cherry logs. Cherry wood, sorry. And then the last thing that we have to do is our little detail blocks on the outside, which are mainly bamboo, but the first one here does have two fences and then some spruce trapdoors. And then the windows just have some fence gates and some trapdoors made out of bamboo to kind of match the like accent of the bamboo blocks on the towers that are kind of hidden away there in the corners. But then we also have to do some detail work on our other building on the other side, so that's kind of the same thing, but not exactly. The two side windows are the same, but this door actually is going to have an overhang so that there's like some kind of detail on this side, and so it's not just quite as flat of a wall, so it's just a little overhang with 3 trapdoors. Then that should complete this whole build, and now we can get to decorating the inside. And for the interior of this, I want to kind of start it off with a little bit of, oops, I forgot that was going to totally destroy everything. Let me just replace the ground I've ruined, but this block here is the one I wanted to break, and I want to have that amethyst, and it's going to be kind of purpley. Honestly, that's like the one color I didn't use in this build, I guess, other than the duller purples of that and then the worked wood, but I think it'll be kind of nice to have like that little sound effect when you're walking in. But then other than that, I want to use, I think probably some spruce wood or maybe some brick. I haven't really decided yet, but I know we're going to use a lot of brick for our plant pots and everything that we're going to be doing, so maybe we'll kind of meet it in the middle and do granite with some spruce along here. But then I need some amethyst. And actually maybe what I could do is Oops, not that at all. I could have our doorway here be on the inside, and then maybe I could do like some glow lichen or something across that, because I don't know, if it's kind of like a lot. And actually I should really just move my bed, I suppose, and take all of that away. But yeah, it's a little much, so I kind of want to see if it will have the same effect if I add some glow lichen on it, because I think that'll kind of like dull it out, I guess is the word. So let's take some of that, and then we can just place that there, and I think that does a good job, kind of. I mean, I know it doesn't do a whole lot, but the amethyst is just so bright. And then maybe we're gonna have like spruce wood, granite, and then a little bit of dirt in there to kind of make it more of like a greenhouse type of vibe, because I am kind of thinking of doing it like a greenhouse slash bee house, because it's kind of similar, but then I might also add like a little bit of a like glass roof type building as like an add-on at some point, depending on if we do need to have like some kind of a flower farm. And then I actually almost forgot that we need a way to actually get up to our doorway there, because currently we don't have any way to get to that, and I kind of want to have it be like a spiral staircase sort of thing, and I'm going to kind of experiment with it a little bit, because I don't know exactly how I'm going to fit that in there, because it is kind of a small building. There's a bunch of different areas, but for that kind of first entryway we kind of want to keep it a little bit condensed for the sake of space. So then, oh, we need to break that. That is not supposed to be there. So then we'll start it here, and then that'll make the fences starting right here, and we'll just build those up as far as they can go. And then we'll just kind of bring it down here. Oh, although that's not going to work. This is very poorly planned out. So let's see. Let's totally remodel this whole thing. We'll try the slabs going across this whole thing, coming around here, but I actually think that might mess up our doorway plan a little bit, unfortunately. Yeah, so we don't get very far with that. Let's see, I thought I was very clever with this, but although actually we won't be able to walk in anyways. Man, spiral staircases are difficult. And then I guess we could go for more of like a blocky look if we really need to, which I guess we do. So we'll like have it be using the corner blocks as well. So yeah, like if we had it like this, it might be a little bit difficult to use that actual door there. However, that does work. It's just a little bit difficult, but it's good enough for now. Let's see though, I have an extra cherry door on the other side, and I want to grab that to use here. And it is nighttime, so the bees should be sleeping. Just like that, and then we need another door in here, so that's what we're going to use our crimson door for. And actually, we might need to just, snip those real quick. So we're kind of breaking and entering into here, but that'll be okay for now. We can just add this on in here. Then I'm actually going to grab our honey here, because some of our copper is aging, and it's kind of ironic because it is our bee farm that was supposed to be totally good, helping us out with honey, so it's kind of a problem, but we can fix that right now. Alright, so now we just need some slabs for our floor here, and I am going to save some of this, I forget what it's called, but puzzle, yes, that, I want to save some of it just for decorating purposes, so we're going to slowly dig all of this out. So the way I'm going to design this is just kind of random to make it look kind of scattered all over the place with the different blocks. And then I think most of this is going to end up being granite, but we're also going to dot back in some of that podzol instead of dirt, I think, just for like something that's a little bit different in color, because I think the dirt would almost be too plain. And I want it to kind of stand out as more of a vibrant floor than just plain old dirt. So yeah, that's good for a floor for right now. And then I'm going to actually make an automatic bee farm. A very, very simple one. I think it's going to be like literally just one in one of these towers here, probably this one. So I'm going to go and grab some observers, and I forget how to make them, but I think I just need, actually first I need to just place this door back down. Perfect. But I need a hopper and a minecart, and then some observers, and I think a dispenser with some shears. And I think that's it. And we have plenty of observers because I way overcalculated our thing for our lighthouse, and then just a rail, and then a minecart and a hopper. So luckily we have kind of enough iron, hopefully, for this thing. For a hopper, transportation, minecart, and a hopper and a minecart. And then we actually need to head down to our skeleton farm, which is so very barren and undecorated, which we'll probably fix next time, because we have some decent bows in there, and that's what I want to use to easily make our dispenser, instead of wasting string on that. And I'm not sure if it has to be a completely full bowl, so I'm just going to take just a couple decent ones, and hopefully they'll be okay for that. And I don't have cobblestone down here, so I can't test it right now, but I'm sure it's fine. So if we just grab some cobblestone in here, we should be able to do this, and then just grab one of our bows, and that changes it? Yes, okay. So I guess I could have used one of my not as good bows, but we have so many, I'm sure it doesn't really matter. And then I think I'm gonna make a new bee house instead of risking breaking one of the ones in there and angering a whole colony of bees. But I need to actually map this out with dirt because, again, I have no idea how to really do this. So really the only space that we have is up until these bamboo blocks, because then it kind of goes into windows and things, and eventually I might have like just kind of a lookout if I need something else for this building to kind of have that's interesting. So if there's a hopper and a minecart here and we have a bee house here, I don't think it matters like what side the dispenser is on. Like if it's from the top or the side, I don't think it matters, but it just has to be observers that connect to it. So that's going to be our main problem to kind of get the redstone to that, so it might have to be one out. That's an issue just because we need like a space for a grass block and a flower for the little bee that's going to be trapped in here for all of eternity, so it's kind of essential. We'll try it out like this, but then I think we're probably going to have the grass block here and have it just be stuck like for viewing. Although actually I would have to have a glass block, so it would kind of mess it up. Our staircase would be kind of scuffed at that point, in which case I guess we would just have to have a ladder there, which is slightly less interesting. Oh no, they're mad at me. Why are they mad? Is it because I just broke it, even though it's not theirs? Oh no, my bees. I think that one was just mad at me, so I think they stopped being mad eventually. Oh yeah, I think they're good. Okay, so as long as I'm safe on this side of the wall, I should be okay. But anyways, if we connect some observers here, we need one to be facing probably the top. So let's just build a nice little tower here. Oh, and actually that's the wrong way to do it. I'm not sure if just placing redstone here and here, I don't know if it's that easy. But if I go get a bucket of water, we can kind of run a little mini test here. Excellent random beach pool. I'm sure this water is not salty at all. Since there aren't bees in here, I don't think they'll mind, and we can just pop that in there. And then I guess move this for now so that we can actually see it. And I'm gonna test, does that make them mad? I guess no one's out at the moment. Actually, I guess I should have not broken the block before I did that. So I'll just place that back there and then pop the water bucket in there. So redstone's also here, and then we can break this. It doesn't do anything. Dang it. We might be able to fix this with a grotesque, for any redstoners at least probably, observer tower, I think, going down. Because if we have this here... Oops. That... Oh, because I broke that block. Never mind. Uh-oh. I have broken something here. Oh, I guess because it's just turning it on and off, but I think if it's a bee house it's okay because it won't be sensing the actual block moving. It'll just sense when it's full of honey and then it'll just take it out. So I'm just gonna grab that, and then there's a mess of water, but if we just place a bee house right here and then make a brand new pair of shears which we can pop in here. Alright, so this should be okay. I'm really hoping. So then the dirt block will be right there, which actually should probably get a real dirt block. Alright, so there'll be a flower right here, and then we need to just surround this area. And I guess we'll just do birch to keep it light and not totally enclosed with sadness. That's how I would describe this color scheme. And then just a little bit of glass in here, and then honestly maybe a little bit more, just because I actually think I might have some laying around, just regular glass, because I don't feel like buying any at the moment, because I'm kind of low on emeralds because I haven't been farming them. Oh yeah, but we have plenty. Okay, so if we just have 2 pieces of glass in here, and then I think we'll just pop that down there for something, just so that the bee doesn't get out super easy. But then I'm kind of afraid, honestly, to take any of these bees out because I'm worried they're going to be mad at me for breaking that beehive. But I also need to just grab a flower, and I don't know what I want to have in there, and I don't know what I have. I mean, a cornflower is kind of nice, but an allium is also like a bright color, so I think I want to just use one of those. So then all I need to do is wait for a bee to come out, and then... Oh, but also, did I even add the thing underneath it? I don't think I did. That is a bit of a problem. I need to actually make another, like, entryway in here. Although, I could move this all up one, I think. Oh yeah, I definitely could. So we can use our very last grass block here, and hopefully this is the one that actually will be staying, but this actually also might need to be filled in so the bee doesn't get out. So, I'm just gonna do this, I guess. When in doubt, fill the entire area with dirt. And then we'll throw our minecart and hopper down here, and then our grass block, and then a little bit of glass, and then the rest of our planks that we used before. Man, that's actually really sad. I might need to get a light for this to make it a little bit less depressing. And let's see, I have a shroom light, so that should be okay for this. So I'll just throw it in the top here, and that should make it a little bit better, I hope. But now, some of our bees are out, luckily, so how do I get just one of you to come out? Haha, that was actually super easy. Hey, bud. Oh yeah, I forgot that this is kind of a problem for you guys. Here you go. If I place this right here, are you gonna be like, ooh yes, flower? Right, flower, so nice, so pretty, good flower, best flower for the little bee. Ah, okay, Loki just shoved a bee into its own little trap. Oh, dang it. Now he's not gonna be there. Alright, let's see, if I just do that, will he stay? I really hope so. I'm sure it's okay. And actually, can I get to this? I will be able to get to it from under here, it's just kind of awkward. Oh, did he go inside? Maybe? It's very hard to tell. I think he's inside. Oh yes, he went in. Okay. Alright, so that should be that all set up. It's kind of cozy. Just like snugged in there. And the staircase is kind of annoying me, unfortunately. I thought it was going to be a very cute little staircase we could do, but probably it's not going to work out. So you can just add a nice little trapdoor here and then make a couple of ladders for this thing. There we go. Alright, that should be okay for getting in there. And our cherry doors should like kind of prevent us from letting them out because we can see them. So yeah, now we can get into there, so that's all set. And that takes care of our bees for now. But this place does need a lot of decorating, and for that I do want to use some bookshelves and like some glass bottles and things. So I want to actually go trade with our villagers for a bit here. And for that we can always go to our trusty pumpkin and melon farm. Oh yes, excellent. There's a lot of stuff in here. And I think eventually I'm going to actually want to be moving some farmer villagers up here, because there's definitely space. I could just tuck them in a lot of corners here and not have to run around. But for right now I want to leave at least one guy in there, and there's only two right now, so they're kind of the lifeblood of this whole place, so I need to keep them. But probably the next villager I get is probably going to be a farmer villager, and he's probably going to eventually end up trapped up here. Hello, I know you're sleeping, but I need to trade with you for all kinds of money, please. Man, there's so much product here. Yeah, but that's good enough to buy some bookshelves off of, not you, or you, but you. Alright, so only 4, but that's still a good amount. And we'll probably also use some chiseled bookshelves just because I don't need actual books for those, which is nice. Alright, so as usual, spruce is the most type of wood that I have, so we'll get some with those. Alright, so we don't need a whole lot, so I'm gonna stick with that for now. But then I also need to grab basically all of our cool looking flowers here, and then maybe also like some warped stuff. And also our bricks, which we don't have a lot of right now unfortunately, so I guess I probably should have bought a few because I forgot about that part. Then also our glass, and then I think a few campfires as well. And then let's see, we have explorer and plenty and mourner, so I think I'm gonna take these two and make a few pots out of them. And maybe I guess this one, but not quite a sword type of vibe in here, so I think we're gonna leave that one for something different. But then we can go buy some bricks, but I think we have a few more emeralds somewhere. At least I hope, because it's a little bit desperate. But yeah, I have a few. Alright, so you should definitely give us plenty of bricks. Excellent. Then I also want to grab some leaves in here. Probably some acacia and some cherry ones, just because. Although actually I think I have a few trees that are lying around there that have some attached to them. Just because weird Minecraft tree logic. Okay, so for this area, there's a few spots that kind of have little openings where like the tower and this room meet, so I want to have that be the spot that is filled in with bookshelves. And then also up here is kind of weird, but I also want some of these to kind of be a little bit of like hidden storage in here. So we're going to keep a couple that just are hidden away with barrels, and like I think a couple up here are also going to be barrels just for something to kind of have up there that we could always go up and get to instead of just having it be random decorations. Okay, so that's kind of that part done, but now we need to move on to more of the plants and things. Let's see, I'm just going to divide this up and just make a couple of those. Now we have a couple of places where we can kind of have tall plants in the area. Alright, so this is our bare one, so we kind of want to have that tucked away a little bit, you know. So we'll just keep that in the corner here. Have one right there, and then I think one kind of by the corner here so we can see it when we open it up. And then I think I'll save one for a little bit later when we go to the other side. But we also need to make a whole bunch of just regular flower pots, both for these and also just for some little mini ones around the area. Like right under this ledge we can have a couple random ones right here. But we can also have like some hanging from the ceiling here, although that's not a full block, so maybe not right there. and just right here. And actually, I think I want to use some bamboo shelving in here, so we can just grab a little bit of that and turn all of it into some slabs. And then I think that's also how you can make some bamboo mosaic blocks. And I do want to kind of keep a couple of those because I think they look cool as kind of like a woven type of thing, like baskets and stuff in here. We can kind of keep plant pots and stuff on top of those. Just anything to kind of make it look a little bit more like a nice bee house area. And then we can also add some shelving along here, where of course we can just keep some different things stored, and honestly probably it's going to be mostly plant pots. We can also just use some of our campfires here as kind of a little bit of decoration, like making it like there's kind of logs to maybe fuel the fire that's kind of low-key burning the bees over there. And then I was thinking that maybe like some hanging lights would be kind of fun in here, although it's just really, the full block thing is kind of messing me up, so it might have to be just a few ones over here. And then I don't know, maybe there's like a floating one. Then we can have a couple random ones just kind of hanging in the corners. Then we can also have some bigger trees in here, like in the corners with these big pots. And we also should have some lanterns hanging in here. And I know there's still dirt up there, but it kind of fits the vibe, so I'm leaving it for the moment. And then another thing I want to do is kind of make it seem like there are some glass bottles lying around. And this one is kind of large to be sitting on this shelf, but just having it like a glass block with that for some more extra decorations, like there's, I don't know, like water or something just being held in these to water all of the plants for the bees. And then we can also add some vines in here for something along these shelves to kind of blend it a little bit. And then there will be more, but right now I'm kind of growing the vines off of this side, so it's a little bit awkward to try and get. But yeah, I think the last touch for this room is going to be just adding some leaves around places, filling them in just around kind of like other different kinds of plants, like maybe larger ones that are kind of more viney, hanging off the sides of things. But yeah, that's a pretty good front area for this, and I think that'll work out pretty well. Oh, my bee is still in there. What a good bee. I haven't gotten any honey from him yet, but he's working away, and I think I want to do a little bit more with this room, but it is kind of cramped a little bit, but I might add a little bit of storage or something in here. We're going to head over to the back side here, and this is the room where I kind of want to have a little bit more of an open roof type thing, so I think we're going to take a little bit of it out and just replace some of it with some glass to open it up. Here we go, just something like this is going to really help a lot. So now down in here, I think I want to leave this grass for right now because I kind of want to have some of our bigger plants in here. And so we're just going to have like some little stalls in here in the middle. And we're just going to place one singular flower in these. And at the moment I don't really have a whole lot, so it's not going to be too many. But we can also just do a little bit of shelving in here, and we can have some plant pots on there as well. And we can also have some berry bushes hanging down from here. Actually, that is going to kind of block the window, so that may be an issue. Let's actually move it to the middle, I think. So we can just have a dirt block here, and it's kind of like very big. It takes up a lot of space. And we can just place them on the sides here, and then surround them in trap doors to kind of make it look like a little basket that's hanging in here. Just like that, and hopefully that'll grow soon so we can actually see it. Alright, so that's good for this room. It's more of like a greenhouse type of growing area where everything else in there is kind of storage for the bees, I think. At least that's what I'm kind of going for with this whole thing. And we do have plenty of honeycomb, so I'm actually going to take some of those, and the next thing I want to do is work on the outside here, because right now it does look a lot more crowded in here with this whole area being built up. It's quite a big building actually that we've added in, so I do need to like take down a few trees and things, but I also would like to add some floating lanterns in here, so of course for that we need to actually go out and kill a squid. Aha, there you are. Excellent, 4 ink sacs. So now we need to combine that with some bone meal for some gray dye. And we're also, the last thing we're going to need is some string, so the best way to get that is to just hop down into our mine shaft and go take a sword to some cobwebs. There we go, that should be enough string, and now, once we get back up there, we can craft some candles, and then craft those into some gray candles, which we can use along with our perfect amount of lanterns here to go ahead and just kind of add some subtle little lighting spots in here. And I forgot about how candles work. You actually have to place them on a block, and then you can just break the block and they stay. Then you can just hang a lantern from these guys as well, so you can just make this weird little floating lantern type of thing. So I'm just going to add a few around here, just so that I hopefully can get rid of some of the torches that have been around. There we go, just a few floating lanterns in the area. We can go around actually destroying some of the trees, because that's a big part of what is kind of making it super crowded. I know this tree is very, very helpful though in actually building this thing, but it does kind of crash right up against the side of the wall, so it's kind of a problem. However, I am going to take some of the leaves off of it though to add some bushes around kind of the sides a little bit. And then finally this tree over here, which housed our very, very sad little bee house, which can finally actually now go away, which is excellent because, oh man, this is very, very disappointing. I mean, at least compared to that, you know? But there we go, like it was never even there. And then the last tree I want to get rid of over here is our lovely, lovely vine tree. But yeah, now that that's pretty well taken care of, we can actually extend the path over here, branching off from this side before it goes over that hill, and then straight to the front door. And we're also gonna need to just grab some cherry leaves here, just of course to dot along the little entryway here. Alright, so it's a little bit neater around the area at least. And the last thing that I kind of want to do here for decoration wise is make a nice cute little swing. And for that we're going to want a lot of cherry trap doors, and I think I want to have it in this tree over here that we just cleared off. But I'm going to adjust this branch a little bit to make it just a thing that we can hang a swing off of in the first place. And then maybe give it a few more extra branches over here, hopefully so that it doesn't look quite so awkward just being one thing. But yeah, so we want it to be probably about 4 wide, I think. And I'm going to use some chains going down into some iron bars so it's kind of like getting thinner. And then we can do some bamboo slabs. Or then along the back we're going to use our cherry trap doors. And then I don't know if I should actually include any on the sides or not. Originally I thought I was, but it might be a little bit too much. I don't know, I'll leave it for now, it's okay. And I think that's going to be it for the decoration around here. I think that's pretty well finished off. We have some nice lighting, some nice outdoor pathways along here. And inside, it's lovely and decorated. I think there's still a bee in here. Oh, we got 2! Oh, excellent, it's been producing 2 things of honey. And actually not a lot of time, so that's excellent. So we have this front room with quite a lot of decorations, some nice storage for eventually all kinds of honeycomb, hopefully, a lot of bookshelves and plants and just everything, some glass jars, some lights, and then the middle is our wonderful bee house. Eventually this is all going to be filled up because I definitely have the honeycomb now. And in here is just some random stuff for basically the main purpose is my bigger tall plants that I can bone meal, so eventually we're going to probably stick just some random barrel for storing that bone meal. And these are just going to be used for dye mostly, along with maybe some decoration at some point. But yeah, we also have a nice open window here, and I actually need to probably finish those stairs at some point, but other than that, this room is good. Oh, and actually, you know what I just thought of? It would be really cool if I was able to like incorporate a bamboo raft in here, like if I could sit on it. Oh, that would be cool. I can't figure out how to do it though. I don't know. Anyways, crouching and standing will do for now. But that is all of the time that I have for today's video. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next one.